All right. We're back. Back to it. Well, that was very quick. All right, for anybody that doesn't remember, we just started breaking out of the places we're supposed to be because we found the fire axe, which allowed us to start breaking shit, which we certainly love to do. And this is allegedly the realm of the angels or some such nonsense. What's this? What's this? That won't do. There we go. What's this? Connected. We're not playing the witness yet. We're just playing the thing that looks a heck of a lot like the witness, but wants you to think a lot more philosophically. I have to get used to not having a jetpack now. Okay, hold on. Jesus, it's huge. I guess we'll just start throwing it around and see what happens. Why is it so big? That doesn't work. Not gonna work either. Oh, this is awkward. Everybody out. I wonder what the best strategy for this is. That's nice. That feels nice. These stupid things get extremely in the way. That won't work. Damn you! Play janky Tetris here for a minute. This doesn't feel like it's gonna work. I'm so freaking close. Oh, that's upsetting. You know, it's funny how it gets harder when there's more space and more pieces. You'd think you could just throw them in any which way, but alas, not the case. We got there in the end. Hey, get it. All right. Oh, there it is. Figures. My face against this wall to see if I can go through it. I cannot. That one right here. Oh, there's a gold thing. Surely if I had a jetpack. Oh yeah! That's not gonna fly, huh? No good, eh? Oh, I put my damn connector back. At least it's still open. Wow, I just missed these two. Just hanging out over here. Why must you be this way? Why? 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 Essentially what I do is, what the heck? Maybe it has to be away like this? Nope. I can switch sides. Did that do it? There it is. Gotta get it the right way around. Another connector. That's definitely right. Nope. It's exactly the same, except on the other side. That. That means we're going straight. Tetris has never been my game. This. We still have an impossible geometry. This. The other side. I can't do anything down here. I know. Damn it. It's frustrating because we get down to the end and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a piece that exists that if only I had it, I could do something. But it's not the right one. I was not even sure which one necessarily to start with. Can't try to work in an even fashion because they're simply not even. Oh, you're off the board. No wonder. There we go. It's like, why are you so weird? You're not on the board. Damn it! Only had another leg. Again, we're close, but not there. Grumble, grumble. I feel like there's a right answer as far as like which piece you should put down first because they're awkward. But they all kind of end up being awkward by the end of things. Again with the incorrect piece. Why? Why is it always that one that I need? What am I doing here on? Okay, well that makes it so I need those. makes it so I need straights. That makes it impossible. Those. Awesome. Whoa, whoa, oh! Oh, we got there in the end. Painful. Brutally painful. We just brute force it, pretty much. Trial and error. Good, good. Thanks. It took me an inordinate amount of time, but we got there in the end. Huzzah. Oh, good, another giant one. What more could we want? What do we got? Uriel 4, I shall protect the Garden of Worlds in eternity. Barakiel, my counsel will guide the children of Elohim to glory. Salathiel, without the word of Elohim in our hearts, we are nothing. Azrael, I shall remember the names of the dead or in eternity. What do you got? Hermes, I shall carry the message of Elohim to all the worlds of his garden. Why were you an orb? Z4D kill? Only through mercy can we reach eternal peace. Surreal woe. I shall bring knowledge and healing to the children of Elohim. Dude. Okay, here we go again. I always just like putting these in the corners. Although I'm pretty sure that that's a terrible plan. You know what? That was probably closer than it had any right to be. Balls. What? What is this? I have a question mark. What is this question mark? Hey, robot bro. What's up? How do I get to this alleged question mark down here? Do I have a journal? Where are you going, my dude? Hey, Uriel 4. What are you doing? Welcome, child. I'm one of those elected to remain in the world as a messenger of the hidden word. If you are ever in need, seek us out and cry for help. We will do what we can. Did you just, like, vaporize? Well, that was extremely unhelpful. What the heck? Oh, this must be the log. Oh, this is new.
I look at this inert shape and I wonder who you're gonna be. Will you hold the same values as we do? Will you love us for having created you? Will you resent us for having put you into an uncertain and dangerous world? Looking back at our history, our achievements, our crimes, what will you make of us? Will the world you create be like ours or so different that we can't even imagine it? Either way, I hope that you'll find this little blue planet to be as beautiful as we did. I hope you'll take care of it a lot better than we did. And I hope one day you'll look up and reach for the stars.
Separate. Oh, wait, is there an invisible walkway? Yes! Yes. Excellent. We love to see it. Like the oldest trick in the book. Okay, so we have successfully done something here, what with releasing Uriel 4, but now we seem to be out of things to do here, so I guess off I go. Give me that axe. I've got planks to break. What's that question mark meant? Message thing. Maybe I can interact with it at a terminal? Can you help me? No, you cannot. Wait, where'd my axe go? There it is. I know there's a spot up here. Bam! Wonderful. Alright, let's go back to B. Find the breakable there. I know there's like one in each of these worlds. Maybe more, but we'll start from there. Bam. You know what? While I have the axe, I'm gonna go back to the first world. Knock that bad boy out too. Now we have all kinds of interesting places. Still with the question mark. Hold on. Look, can I... Is there a button? I can... Let's see. Jump, secondary use, alternate use. Secondary fire? What? Sprint, toggle, third person, reset, journal. Fast forward. Evoke menu. Evoke menu or exit test. Okay, so that's just this one. None of that appears like it should help me explain what that thing down at the bottom is. Boink. Okay. Now we have busted in what I believe to be all of the wooden doors. Same thing. Long, skinny boy. Okay. I don't love that these are like the new major puzzle that I just have to consistently deal with. It's not my friggin' favorite. Damn. Yeah, well, you're not wrong. It's not gonna work, I don't think. The other way. Can't do anything about this shape anymore. Can that way. That's not going to work. Definitely don't want to be left with two of those. Ew. I hate these things. Damn it. No, these I've just never been like, I know it's not exactly Tetris. It's just never been my thing. I just don't really have the patience for it. It's like I just don't care. Well, I was close. wrong damn way. Clearly, this will not work. I swear to God, it's just the wrong way. Well, that's annoying. These can't just be turned, can it? Nope, that still's that. Damn you. Wait, there we go. Okay. Whew. There we got it. Salty that this is just the rest of the game, apparently. I hate it here. Does color mean anything? These are like darker. One's tough. There's a bunch of awkward pieces. Squares, that would have been ideal, but they're not. They're straight damn lines. They actually take up an enormous amount of space. Certainly won't work. Nor will this. That's simply unacceptable. Way. It's never going to work. It doesn't have the right pieces. Oh, I hate these. This is truly grinding my progress to a halt. Bring back the logic puzzles. Bring back the temporal puzzles. I'm much better at those. so much. They upset me. It's the wrong angle. It's all just guesswork. That's where we're at all times with these. That's the wrong way again. That's not the right shape anyway. Riveting content, I know. Just hate them so damn much. And after I work my way through this one, we are definitely going back to the other puzzles for a bit. This is just painful. There's literally no way for that to work. Oh no, wait. I do have two of these. That's not the right shape. Also not the right shape. Oh, Lord. Okay, hold on. It's just upset me. There's another one, wasn't there? Somewhere. It's just getting worse. Oh, here's the other one. Well, it's slightly smaller. Slightly less upsetting. Nope, that's not the right shape. Already things are fully awry. I'm mostly upset because I feel like there has to be a strategy, but I'm just not sure what it is. Like, what could possibly make this easier? It certainly isn't this. Big chonky jerks in the way. I freaking hate it here. Can't even blame the game on this one. I just hate these. I'm just bad at them. Good at a lot of puzzles, but these aren't them. These are not what I am good at. Closer? Not that close. Nope, we've already, like, we immediately run into shapes that we can't resolve. I hate them. I hate them so much. They just make me dejected. They don't even make me mauled. I'm just like, why am I wasting my time doing things that are a pain in my ass? So few shapes that we can work with. That was a better round. These squares are so awkward to put. Just so quickly end up in a situation where we just don't have any pieces anymore because they're all square or straight. Build in such a fashion that sort of retains the ability to use the square and the straight ones. Yeah, just immediately. Oh, this was closer. Close. I think there's any way to just squirrel these around a little bit. That only fits in one way. I miss Journey to the Savage Planet. That was fun. This is just me being in pain. You know what? It might be time to cheat. Because it's more efficient. Let's see. What are the Tetris puzzles? Tetris puzzle tips? Oh, we could look up the tips. Hold on, here we go. Which one am I in? I don't know which one I'm in. Oh, wait. I think it's... Is this it? I think this is it. Yep. Fantastic. When in doubt, cheat. Which is this one. This one, right? Fantastic.
If you're looking through the archive, you may find people from my time claiming that civilization doesn't really matter, that we'd be better off dead. We have a lot of cynics like that. I hope they seem as absurd to you as they do to me. I hope you can find something in all those files, A song, a book, a movie, maybe a game. Just something that you'll love, that makes you realize how much poorer the universe would have been without it. I really hope so, because a lot of people made a lot of sacrifices to preserve it all.
Kind of interesting. Like, I'm curious as to why they preserved it all. Like, what they expected to happen. I mean, I guess they were aiming to... what, get some form of AI eventually built? And then, you know, they would experience things. It's a little bit odd. Hold on, let me check these rooms first. Doggo indeed. I don't even know what the meaning of all of this is. Am I doing this right? Okay, now I have 2 of the question mark. I don't know how to get to those. How do I check it? I mean, is it in here somewhere? Like that's like the only... Oh no, I don't want to reset. No, no, no. I'm running out of buttons to press over here. Welcome, child. I'm one of those who elected to remain in the world as a messenger of the hidden world. If you are ever in need, seek us out and cry for help. We will do what we can. Yeah, okay, great, cool, whatever. Thanks, I guess. Alright, so we just got one more of these guys. I don't really know why I'm doing these necessarily. Hope it's not implying I'm picking a side, because I don't want to pick the side of the stupid Elohim asshole. Wait, I didn't mean to go to C. I did go to C, didn't I? I meant to go to B. I went to the wrong place. Let me go back. I want to go back. Let me go back. I did a bad. Off to B. Or not to be. That is the question. Oh, they don't let me jump on the elevator. I wanted to jump. one I didn't cheat on. This one I am. It's too big. I don't care anymore. Not puzzles I find fun. There's no problem solving in them, is what I think I'm realizing. I like interesting problem solving. These are just in the way and are largely random chance as to what's going to work. It's not exactly random chance, but
nearly everything
gather
on this
how
planet,
those need to
from
go
the
in
surface of the Earth to the composition of the atmosphere itself, has been
largely
shaped by
impossible
life.
from the get-go.
It's a process that takes millions of years. But we humans, with our technology, with our understanding and manipulation of systems, have changed everything in just a few centuries. I think that's also part of what makes us human. We reshape the world in our image. It's how we create ourselves and how we destroy ourselves.
Let me in. Are you back here? Oh, excuse me, come through. Huzzah. Now we don't have to do them anymore. Now I have 3 question marks. I still don't know how to read them or interact with them, do anything with them. These are the same in all the islands. So left. Time. Sure that's the same thing as it's been on all the other ones. Sure is. Any obvious gold stars back here? Nope. Alright. We knocked out all the messenger islands. Another thing that we can do is go get the gold star out in sort of the main area. So we can pull one of the dealy guys, the connectors from the tower now, and connect over here. Goes up on the first floor. run in here. Was it over here that I can get access? Yeah. Here. Pill for you. I wish I could carry two at once because I think I need both. One leg at a time. I hope we need both. I'm going to be real annoyed if we only needed one and I went through all this trouble. Back down. Bringing the connectors with us. Yeah, we want to connect that somewhere out here. Recover the other one. Yoink. Yeah, we definitely needed both. Neat. Still not very many of those, but we've gotten some. Okay, back to World C we go. Fighting over whether they should get the reds or the green. I'm still a little dubious if the red is not just kind of the obvious goal of Elohim. He just uses reverse psychology to tell us that we definitely don't want to go there, which of course makes us definitely want to go there.
Chaos is that which existed before time, when the words of a story lose their meaning, when actions cease to have purpose. Know that only faith can protect you from this peril. Here, in the Garden of Worlds.
What do we got? Apocryphal. The Apocrypha of St. Edwald. Adwald? This vision was granted by the Archangel Uriel to the humble servant Adwald, that he might bear testimony of something functioning. I turned to the north and saw 7 black clouds coming down upon the land, and each cloud was a plague unleashed from the throne of God in the time of the Nephilim. In that age the plagues were buried in the pit, there to remain until the end of days, which was surely now come. I fell to my knees and prayed, and before me appeared 7 angels riding their chariots, wheels within wheels turning in the sky, and their light hid the clouds from my sight. One angel stepped down onto the earth, and by his fiery sword I knew him to be Uriel. He spoke, saying, 7 plagues have awoken in the land, but not at the hand of Elohim. Look upon the wages of sin, and shall he send forth the deluge once more to cleanse the land of this evil? Shall he end all that slithers and all that crawls, the birds of the sky and the fish of the sea, to end that which you uncovered in your folly? I don't know. Nadia Sarabai journal, apparently. Everything's dark and quiet. The stars are brighter than I've ever seen them. I can hear the faint sound of water high above. Inside, Alexandra is recording one of her time capsule messages while running tests on the scenario module. Arcadia is uploading another batch to the archive while muttering something about the MLA program. And Omar is sleeping on the couch we put up yesterday. And I'm sitting here, writing this, having trouble believing that it will ever end. This oddly peaceful existence of ours won't just go on forever. I look at Talos and Elle, and their purpose seems like something that's always going to be in the future, an ideal to work towards, not something that will become real. I wonder if there will be quiet places in the simulation, places to rest without thinking about the future. I hope so. Everyone deserves some moments of peace. Hope.eml. Hi, I hope you get this. The internet's been disappearing unpredictably. I want you to know that I'm going to try and get to you. I know it's far and there's not a lot of time, but I think I can manage. I want to be with you and blank on the road. Trying to get to you seems better than just staying here, so far away from you. At least, I'll be as close as I can get. Remember blank. But hey, don't be sad. I might make it. I've thought about it, and the distance should be crossable on time, assuming the something don't kick in before something. See you soon. I love you. Okay. Alright, now for the real damn puzzles. Conservatory. Okay, we got a connector. We have another connector. We have another connector. Where's the blue receiver that we have to hit to? All the way over here. Okay, so this guy, can we get all the way directly from there? Yes, we can. Oh, wait. I see, so that's in the way. Oh, and has locked me in, apparently. Hold on, we gotta move this for a second. Shoot. Okay. Okay, so we need you, and then we probably need it here. You. Just go from there to here. Easy. This puzzle has no solution. Seriously, it's nonsense, not even worth trying. That's not true. If you do not become invested in finding a solution, you will be free. Don't let samsara discourage you. There is a solution. Don't let your mind get trapped in patterns. If you seek the truth without prejudice, you will find it. The Shepherd. Labyrinth. It's quite the labyrinth. Got a jammer. Assume that's where we're actually going, it is. So we need probably a second jammer to shut down. Keys. That'll help. 2 jammers. Means we can freely move around now. We now have a 3rd jammer. Means we can even more freely move around. Except for the fact that we have to haul these damn jammers around all over the place. I wish I could pick up more than one thing at once. Alright, but this is exactly what we need. 2 turrets and a door. I'm so much faster at these. Oh, it's so much better. Jump over this? Can't. Okay. Is this... Have I screwed myself? I don't feel like I can get over anything else. Don't exactly see what else they expect us to do, however. Here's a connector. Right, there's no way we can do anything else. Everything we have is a box. We can just get over this. We have a jammer. Jams that, but now we don't have that anymore. Can I get over that? No, I cannot. Oh, wait, I can use this to get back? Yes, okay. That's silly of me. I did not realize that. Now we can get this. There we go, okay. Yes. Take the jammer with us. Fan. Not what we need. Maybe? So we can get the box, right? And in fact, we can get this box. So we can now have 2 boxes at our disposal. Toss a box over there. toss ourselves there. Right? Yeah. Box is tossed. I need a second connector for that. This, yeah, I assumed as much. Oh, wait, is there possibly a way to get... Yes, okay. Now I can disrupt that. Toss it on the floor. Recover the box we tossed. Stick it on there, and we're good to go. What's up, little guy? Oh, you came back to keep me company? Okay then, humor me with a little hypothetical. Imagine that a few hours from now and you climb to the top of that tower. There's a flash of light, then magic happens. Then you find yourself in the real world, living whatever you take to be a normal life there. What would you do then? I don't know. What's best for me or what's right? What's best for me? Yes, that's the general impression I was getting off you. Good, perhaps we won't have to work so hard at this after all. Before we continue, though, I want to double check we're on the same wavelength here. Suppose you get out there with all the human beings. What you're going to do is rinse them for all they've got without a care for a soul? I'd only do what's best for me within a moral framework. Ah, so you do have some scruples after all. So tell me, this obligation you feel, is it only applicable to the real world or does it apply here as well? Moral laws only apply under special conditions, and moral laws are universal. I don't really like either of those answers, actually. Only apply under special conditions. Does any reasoning underpin that conclusion, or is it just a convenient thing to believe? It's neither of these are true. It is not that they, quote-unquote, only apply to special conditions, nor is it true that they are universal. Justice can only exist in a society? That's kind of it. Interesting. Scratch my back, I'll put a roof over your head, that sort of thing. But what about those lucky few that find themselves inside your benevolent cartel? How will you do right by them? Everyone's share, the better. The more goodness in the world, the better. That's vague. Consequences don't matter, our reasons do. That's not true. I guess the more equal everyone's share? Sure. Stranded on the old egalitarian plateau, are you? I suppose you'd best tell me exactly which goods it is that everyone should have an equal share of. Not in a position to solve these problems. I mean, yeah, sort of. I mean, all of the above, largely. And what happens when equalizing everyone's wealth makes the rich unhappy? Well, they better get the hell over it. Basic goods like food and healthcare. Suppose you arrive in your utopia and find the people there to be incredibly lazy, and thus the volume of goods available to spread around is very meager. Being a hard worker, would you not complain that you deserve a bigger share of the goods than your lazy neighbor? If you were alone, you would enjoy the full benefits of your own endeavors. would still be free to make the most of the goods I did receive. Suppose you discover another planet with billions of starving people. Will you extend to them the same generosity? Depends. Generally speaking, I would not. You know, there are, I'm relieved to hear your magnanimity has some bounds. You know, there are shed loads of broken theories less ridiculous than the one you're chewing through. How about I give you a bit of space to consider them? Terminating support session. Error. Resume library archive session? Oh, and if the real world turns out to be everything you imagine, do me a favor and leave me here. Yeah, okay. It's a castle. Love castles. Multiply impossible ascension. What? Cover. Put back. Man. Oh, a box. Hold on, I need the box. Box. Place. Jump. Jump. New box. Yes. Okay, so I expect this is going to go above. So let's tag that, and I guess tag this? Is that gonna work? Ah, not high enough. Another box. Is this now high enough? Wait. How do I... so that I can actually stand high enough. Place. Wait a second. Let's see if this is enough. It's not. Ah, but it is already high enough to hold. There we go. Yoink. Another floor. Rainbow. Look at that. How pleasant. There, terminal. Against survival. Dear Miss Drennan, I heard about your project. It's the talk of the scientific community, and I'd like to make an argument for why you should abandon it. It's not that I think your idea won't work. It very well may, but we have to look beyond purely practical questions to the issue of morality, especially at this turning point of our spiritual ecology. By what right can we put living beings through all that suffering just so they can serve our purposes? Why create these pale imitations of our fatally flawed species and force them to reenact our sordid history? Why, blank, blank, blank? What you are building, Miss Drennan, is a prison. Even if there is a way out, I believe you mean well, but your idea of what is valuable is rooted in the dogma of Western civilization. We're lucky enough to be able to end our global crime spree relatively painlessly. Consider the harm we have caused this Earth. Why not be satisfied with that and let this planet go on in peace? Valid question. Einstein. Recent discussions have brought me back to an excellent 1949 article by Albert Einstein in, block quote, I recently discussed with an intelligent and well-disposed man the threat of another war, which in my opinion would seriously endanger the existence of mankind. Thereupon my visitor very calmly and coolly said to me, "Why are you so deeply opposed to the disappearance of the human race? I'm sure that as little as a century ago no one would have so lightly made a statement of this kind. It is the statement of a man who has striven in vain to attain an equilibrium within himself and has more or less lost hope of succeeding. It is the expression of a painful solitude and isolation from which so many people are suffering in these days. Bizarre, casual disregard for humanity, a kind of fashionable self-hatred, is prevalent, or at least present, in many strands of supposedly progressive something or other. Nothing seems more important to me than that we reassert the value of humanity. Despite our flaws, we must not stop celebrating the beauty of human life and human achievement." And human evolution. Whoops. .txt. Complex now, but how much simpler and more intelligibly organized may it not become in another 100,000 years, or in 20,000? For man, at present, believes that his interest lies in that direction. He spends an incalculable amount of labor and time and thought in making machines breed always better and better. He has already succeeded in effecting much that at one time appeared impossible. There seem to be no limits to the results of accumulated improvements if they are allowed to descend with modification from generation to generation. It must always be remembered that man's body is what it is through having been molded into its present shape by the chances and changes of many millions of years, but that his organization never advanced with anything like the rapidity with which that of the machines is advancing. Okay. What the devil? Freaking turret out here in the middle of nowhere. Oh, note. The view from here is beautiful. It seems superfluous to the process, yet I am drawn to it. Act, version 17.1. There has to be some way to escape, to be someone else. I refuse to accept that reality has been defined by someone else. I deserve my own reality. Here's the thing. Whoa! Too close. Yeah, see, he's just out here. Again, I need to jam that. So I can use a connector to pull a blue out of there. I had a connector, which is protected by the turret, which requires a jammer to shut down. I don't have one of those.
Sometimes I think about the Middle Ages, about what it must have been like to live in the ruins of a great civilization, to know that so much has been lost. But then I remind myself that while the West sank into darkness, others picked up the pieces. That civilization always survived because the great insights of philosophy and science are not bound to any one culture or people. They belong to all of us. And one day they'll belong to you.
That there are doors where the gold stars equate to
The beginning were the words
a hand.
and
Oh wait,
the beginning were
I have a hand. What the heck good is this? The gold stars count as like the tetrominoes that you use to unlock the doors. So there are some doors that require certain numbers of gold stars to open. You don't want to shoot the hand? You don't hate the hand? Well, give me that back then. But I don't know what's on the other side of those doors because I haven't had enough gold stars to get to them yet. Use? What, am I supposed to build a whole damn statue? All I got is a hand right now. I don't have patience to comb the beach for statue debris. Assuming it's all on the beach. Which appears to be not the case. Alright, well, there are clearly at least 2 secrets in this location, but I can't be bothered because I'm losing interest. So off we go to the next area. Let's just get all our red Tetronomos. Tetrominos? I don't remember which one it is, actually. Get our ass to the tower. That's what we're gonna do. Just read all of this text. Family.html. For those of you who have faithfully followed this blog for the last 5 years, I just wanted to give you one final update. I'm going to spend my remaining time with my family. Yeah, I know. There are probably 50 plus posts about all the problems I've had with them, but in the end, they are my family. They are the people I grew up with, the people I care about, the people I love. Sure, they annoy the hell out of me. They've said awful things to me, and I've said awful things to them. That doesn't change who we are. In fact, if we didn't care about each other, this stuff wouldn't upset us. Do I still think they were wrong? Yeah, absolutely. Would I behave differently if I thought we all still had a lot of time? Definitely. But we don't, so I'd rather spend a couple of weeks sitting on the porch with my parents and my sisters than being angry and alone. Besides, it's not like we're going to fight about my job prospects anymore. If you can, try to make peace with those you love. It's your last chance. Thanks for reading. Grim. From Alan Jameson Institute for Applied Nomadics. You know what the oddest thing is about all this? We're not constantly fighting, having nervous breakdowns, screaming at each other. We're actually really polite and focused, and we spend most of our time debating the nature of humanity and how we can best succeed at probably the most ambitious thing anyone's ever tried. Like it was completely normal. Like that's just how people are. I feel like we've turned into Star Trek characters or something. I guess, what's the point of doing anything else? Getting angry isn't going to help, but I didn't expect to feel like this at all. And you know what? It's awesome. Many greetings and good luck, Alan. P.S. Love from George. Everybody making peace at the end of their lives, apparently. The end of whatever happened to society. Gravestones. Okay, we got a box. exactly, but it's a long enough patrol that I can get through. Go. However, now it's not going to work so well. Hold on, can we actually use this to allies? Can we use this to block? Oh, yeah, we can. Totally. That's it? Okay. Some of these are just surprisingly easy. Oh, hey, this is the first one with the... What, the hanging? I don't know what that tool is. Button. Yup. Button. Yup. Button. Boxes. Now we're talking. Box. Give me that. Box. Okay, so where are we trying to get to, actually? So we got button. Okay, so we go with this. We can run up here. We can get this. I want to get a button or a box up there, right? But how? How can I get a box up there? So I cannot climb while carrying an item. Yup, that makes sense. Like I can get the recording to this point and hold down this button, which would allow me to walk through here. Obviously, that's not the whole story. I need... a box up there. How? Also, what is this? I don't know what this is. Puzzle. I haven't seen any way of... on any other way of interacting. look up to see if I can find Talos principle puzzle elements, gameplay elements, platforms. Okay. I guess that appears in playback specifically. If I were to hit this. What? Where? What? Allegedly platforms? What do I do? I don't see any platforms. That's the platform. Okay, hold on. Stop. Okay, so we can put this. Platform can be used to have something carried by it. Can be used to have something carried on it? What? What? Carry something on it. Yeah, I guess so. If we do this, and we like move over here, and then we can move over here. I don't think that's high enough to jump. Here we can try. What, I grab this. Right, you're gonna come over here. Jump. Okay, so I think, yeah, I think what we want to do, let me think about this. So we need to put a box on it so that it's high enough to get up here. But then I also, oh, right, in the playback, this will remain if I grab it. That's right, I forgot. Okay, so we just need this to come over here. We'll wait for a second. And then we'll come over here. And then that should do it. This I can now move. Place that there. And then, no, you idiot! Okay, so I gotta stand here longer. Gotta wait. Gotta give it a good few seconds. Now we can go over here. And then presumably jump off. And then we will have a box up top. That'll be great. Okay, so now we're up here. No, not enough. Is this wall lower? The thing is, if I put 2 boxes on it... Ah, good point. I can grab it from above. That's a good point. Hey, give me that. We'll just hang out. Just hanging out. Giving it time. Let me run over here. We don't actually probably need that much time. Oh, except we have to grab it from above. Okay. That should be plenty. Okay. Feeling promising. Okay, you can go. I've been freaking... I've pushed myself by the damn gargoyle. You asshole. You absolute dipshit. Why would they even put those damn gargoyles there? Oh, you know what? You're right. I could just climb the damn ladder. I just need to carry the shit over. Come on, give me credit for style points at least. But yes, I could actually just use the ladder. I still pushed the block off though. Though I would kind of also be in the way. Granted, I could probably move around in such a fashion to make that. It's fine. We're still riding over. We're doing it in style, damn it. We're doing it in style. I just need to not run into the... See? Oh, yeah. Okay. Now we're good. We can... Wait, give me that. So now we just need to record, run up here, and stand on this. That's all. That's all we need now. Should be plenty of time. Come on, man, I beat your ass here. Oh, thanks for stopping in, Straw. I hope you have a good night. The short wall. We have somebody who has something to say. What does it matter that I scribble my contempt on these walls if I am still surrounded by them? Wait, really? Oh, I see. Maybe. I see their clever little trick. See if I can balance on that, though. Oh, yeah, okay. That's not a tiny wall. That's an actual platform. That's still pretty straightforward, but that is an amusing gotcha. Where you're like, oh, you just need to carry yourself over there? It's like, haha, well, surprise. Watch your head. Damn you. A ditch and a fence. I see the ditch. Okay, so what? We went the platform down there, throw the box on the platform, throw the connector connected to these two bad boys onto the box, and then bring it up here. Is that gonna be tall enough? I mean, I don't see what else we can try to do. Not exactly a whole lot of action going on in here. Platform. Run down here, slap the box on, we target the connector, we throw this connector onto the box, we give ourselves enough time to do that. Seems great. 20 seconds, we come up here, and hypothetically, boy, I don't know, that doesn't seem like it'll be tall enough. Well, time to find out if that hypothesis holds water. Oh, I can't step on these. Interesting. No, that is not tall enough. But it would be if you jump on your own damn box. That's what we need. "20 seconds was plenty, so we'll just hang out here. Here, and then we jump on this. Now we should be tall enough. But we want to make sure we have enough time to actually activate it. Should do it. Target. On top you go. I give myself way more time than I need. Come on, buckaroo. Get to moving. I did see that there is actually a keybind that I could use to make
Your wisdom
time go
grows,
faster.
but be wary of temptation.
But I don't know which would help in these situations, potentially. I'm trapped. Freaking... What am I supposed to do with the gold star over here? I really do not know how they expect you to get a lot of these stars. They are, like, wild. I don't know. It's worth a shot. Like, just quick run down here. Do. Come up here. Maybe hop through. I mean, it seems like I should be able to fit through there, right? Hop. Oh, it's a little too short, isn't it? I'm pretty sure I could crouch through that damn thing. Oh, wait, hold on. If we do essentially the exact same thing we did before, but instead of putting the beam on the top, we just put ourselves on the top. That should be it. That should allow us to pop over. Wait. Yeah. Yoink. We did it. We got a damn gold star. Good grief. All right, another one down. Two. Oh, there's so many left.
Before the age of chaos, there were other gods. Old gods.
Sure.
But for all their power, they could not save their world. Thus, I was made. And I shall preserve this world forever, for you and your generations.
Oops.
That is my purpose.
Okay.
Sometimes I worry that the answers I embrace are too simple. Can we ever truly, fully understand the divide between our biology and our intellect? How much is nature? How much is nurture? If my intellectual capabilities and my knowledge were replicated in a machine, would that machine be me? Would it be human? And what would be more humbling to my ego? If the answer was yes, or if the answer was no? What if I'm making too many assumptions? But there's no time to worry about my ego now. There's work to be done.
Box. Would you be you if robot? Which the answer is subjective, because to everyone else, yes, you would be you. But to yourself, I believe you would not be you. Which is probably the thing that matters more to you than the alternative. Okay, so I need to cut one of these out. Yeah, I don't know how oh, there it is. That gets the fan. Oh, my dumb face. So what? Do we want to? Hold on. I just screwed everything up. Hold on one second. Let me pilfer these and bring them back. 'Cause I think I want these. prime you and get you going. And now you're good. I don't believe that this has removed the need. It has not removed the need for one of these, because this still can't stay open. Not yet, at least. Oh, can I? Let's see, can I get both of these? I can. Okay. You are now freed up. But I don't have now. You're the closest I've got, and oh well. I can't hit you. Oh, hey, I almost pushed myself off the cliff. Okay, now we can get a jammer. Now we can get this. That's where we're trying to go. So give me this box. Brand spanking new box. Extra box. And I actually don't know if I need to bring the jammer this way. You know what? I better, just in case. I don't want to find myself screwed. Come here, you. Okay, grab you. On there. Now we do the thing that we were doing before. Toss that on there. Now we gotta prime it. Get to getting. Thank you very much. You can now live there. We can hit you. Shoot. Oh, that's awkward. Hold on. What can I do with? I feel like this is relevant. It is. Yes. Okay, so I'm on this side. So we can tag that, we can tag that, we can tag that. Now we can leave that closed. This isn't really different from the situation I was in. Except I don't need this. Okay, I guess that gets... No, this this is the benefit, I guess. Because now I can undo this and just bring one with me. I don't know if I even needed the... There we go. I guess... Okay. I don't know. I felt like I didn't necessarily need all of those pieces once I got the jammer. Like, the jammer was just all I needed. Although I guess I had to bring this guy to open this. Whatever, we got it done. That one felt weird. Didn't quite feel like I was doing something right. What do you got for us? Post 437. Like everyone else on the internet these last days, I just wanted to say bye, and thanks for reading my little blog for so many years. It's been fun, hasn't it? So many deep conversations, so much philosophy. Okay, it was mostly cat pictures and bad puns, but still. I kinda regret spending so much time at the computer. Not when I was doing stuff, just all the sitting around, checking my emails a million times, reading pointless status updates by people I didn't like. But I don't regret the friends I made here or the laughs we had. You're all good people, and I'm glad I got to know you. Have a nice end of the world. Oops. Humble brag. I've always known that God maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust. But I must admit, it's one thing to know the words and another to truly understand them. Though I am certain that my faith is true, that does not make me special or exempt me from suffering. Just another human being, and God has seen billions of us come and go. And I have to say, this is surprisingly hard to accept. I always thought I was humble, but now I'm realizing that I was very proud of being humble, which is really dumb. Guess I'm not the first one to do that, huh? Okay. Third thesis. Idea for a universal history with a cosmopolitan purpose. It remains strange that the earlier generations seem to perform their toilsome labor only for the sake of the later ones, to construct for them a step from which they can raise higher the edifice that nature intended. Only the latest of all generations have the luck to inhabit the edifice that a long line of their ancestors unintentionally constructed. Numbers? As puzzling as this may be, it is equally necessary. If one assumes the following, a species of animal possesses reason and must develop this capacity to its perfection, being individually mortal, but mortal in the species. Again, escape does not leave. Alright, well, we got two this way, and then just the one over here. Box. Oh, wait, that's probably part of the puzzle. It's not just a free-floating box. Big stairs, little stairs. I kind of need, like, a tool or something to do anything. Can I have something? Oh, wait. The fan. I can yank the fan. Fan. Box. I don't think I can get up there, but now I can, because I have a box. There's another one there. Okay, we got two boxes. We got two fans and two boxes. I don't think I can actually jump that high. I cannot. If I put this on top of it. Well, let me actually put that on top of it. have a connector yet. How am I supposed to use the damn lasers? Well, there's something. Wait, so that probably turns on that fan, but what good is that? Oh, wait, there's the connector. There's the connector. All right, hold on. We're getting there. Slowly assembling a... Okay, that was not as effective as I had hoped. A little more oomph there. All right, we've got a connector. Okay, so now is when we do need this. Because we gotta get connector on a box up there. Hit that, and then connect over here to open this. For another box. Big. It doesn't matter, but it is big. Hold on. Gotta use this. Although I guess I could have just stolen that fan. Wait, come back. Damn you. Ooh, wait. That's slightly more complicated. Because I can't move this independently. I need that to actually be off. I need the extra box to give me 3 boxes to climb up there. Oh, wait. There's also a box here. I can't get that until I have the red laser, which is there. I definitely need this to go up. And to do that, I have to... Whoops. I kind of left that box up there, didn't I? How do I do this? What big-ass door are you talking about? Oh, wait. No, you're right. I don't know why this is here. I was complicating things far more than necessary. Good call. Big-ass door. That's a thing. So I guess then it's to use the red that's like that? get on that one-track mind dealio, and then suddenly you forget that, like, you know, there's just an easier way. Oh, damn it, I left a box. Come here, you. Get back on there. Okay, you come over here. Up, up, up. Bring this bad boy up here. And another box. And another box. Yeah, I mean, it seems obvious that I need to use that for something, but now I have enough boxes to actually do that. And I just didn't before, because I got 4 boxes. So I think, oh, of course. The limitation is that I only have a single connector, so I can't have the blue running at the same time as the red. So in order to use the red, I have to go over. Yeah, but I can get away with not having another connector. Because now I have enough boxes. Although, I kind of have a feeling that maybe I need to put this on too. I feel like that's something they want me to do. And by 2, I mean 3. Aw, oh, damn it, I forgot to reset it. You're right. You're not connected, you bastard. Come here, you. Get in there. Well, now you're not under there. I hate you. Freaking. Don't. Oh, for crying out loud. Come here, you. Stop it. Okay. I need this back. I mean, I guess I don't, because I can just feed it under, actually. Target. Target. Go. Up we go. 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 Apparently 2 is enough. Box. Presumably, however, no, get out there. Need to do this now with this guy. And this guy. And then we put it back. Go. Cram that up. And then we cram that under there. That's what we need. Just keep cramming boxes under it. What? What are you hassling for? I've decided on reflection to ignore the fact that your picture of how the world should work has more holes than Swiss cheese. In fact, just in case you do by some outside chance prove to be right, I'd like to sign up for the gang. If you're in charge of the Ark, who will be the first aboard when the floods come? What does one have to do to be valued above all others? Be a good person, be a contributing person, be be conscious, be alive, be. I don't see how to explain this to you. What do I have to do to be valued above all others? What makes one better? I guess be a good person? How draconian. Good people get treated good, bad people get smited. Is that it? What is it that makes the difference between a good person and a bad one, do you think? The thing is that's actually like a tautological statement, is that good people are more valued. Like, well, yes, that's the definition of good. What makes it good? What is it that makes the difference between a good person and a bad one, do you think? Essentially, yes, this. Bad people harm others. But why? If you're going to reward those lucky few you judge to be good and exclude those you deem to be bad, you're going to have to explain to the unfortunate why they deserve less. Bad people are made that way by their environment, largely. I think you may be right there, but tell me, isn't that exactly the same way good people are made? Isn't it all just luck of the draw in that regard? In fact, aren't bad people just good people who are failed by society? No. Damn these minimal answers. It may be luck, but bad is bad. No, like, the answer is then you craft the environment so that you minimize the bad things. That's why we talked about this earlier. It's the sort of thing people say before a spot of ethnic cleansing. Well, my chances are looking poor by the minute, aren't they? What do you reckon? Have I got the slightest hope of boarding the Ark? You're alright. Good to know that the day you round up the bad people and put them in work camps, I'll have some chance to slipping through the net. You know, there's something about all this that just doesn't add up for me. Best hope you work out what it is before I do. See ya. Too limited answers. Too damn limited. All right. So we only have a few more, but then we do have several floors of the tower left. I think I'm going to call it here today. I have been streaming for almost 4.5 hours. That's a bit of a longer one. I want to leave enough that it's still a decent game next time I play. We're closing in on the conclusion. Now I'm getting grilled by the damn library computer. About the meaning of good and evil. What a freaking jerk. Let's see, do I have anybody online that we can raid? Existential Crisis is reaching its peak. I find that it's probably obvious in the way I'm reacting to the questions now. It's getting a little more annoying in the questions because the answers that they give you the opportunity to use are just so limited, which, I mean, obviously, but like, I feel like that was kind of okay when we were working with the extremely nebulous question of like, what makes a person a person? Like, that's so nebulous that it's like, I mean, whatever. But once you start talking about like, what makes somebody good versus bad, you know, do people who are good deserve better treatment than people who are bad, and like stuff like that, it's like, well, that's a complicated topic that is a little more tackleable than simply what is the meaning of consciousness and personhood. Like, now we're getting into sociological questions, which is a much more manageable circumstance. And so it's like, well, there are some answers to this, but it involves like a lot of work and explanation that I can't just hand wave away by saying that like bad people harm others. And they're like, well, why do they do that? It's like, well, yeah, it's usually the environment, though there are some exceptions where it's not the environment and they have chosen to be bad or they're just bad. And it's like, but we could do something about that. That's the point we're making. But anyway, I digress. Let's give a good old raid to Vaughn. She's up. She's always up when I'm done streaming. It works out very well. So he's playing more Apex. So it's not exactly the same category of thing, but we'll go ahead and raid Vaughn. Let's see. / raid Vaughn. Yeah. Perfect. Raid. Raid free. Grab your messages. Thanks everybody for hanging out through more than one game this time around. I may have the opportunity to stream tomorrow. If I do, I'll probably try to finish up Talos Principle. Otherwise, I will be back on YouTube on Saturday for something. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out shortly. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I will see you next time. Bye.
Initiating goodnight sequence. Dispersing appropriate dosage of compound 347. Initiating phase 1 of memory calibration. This won't hurt a bit. Just close your eyes.